Owies! Ow. Ow. Die more than you are. Die. You know what? You are already dying a little bit. I'm gonna have to ask you to do me a favor and die excessively more than you already are. Ow. Dang it. No point in doing that. Hanaka. Hi, how you doing? Die. Thank you. Alright, no treasure over there. No. Oh, dang it. Okay, hey, why don't you try the... Aha! Try, come on, buddy. Yeah. Easy peasy. Oh, crap, it's one of those things.
Thunder!
Owie.
Come on!
Owie. Oh, and wait. Oh, goodbye! Oh, darn it. And flesh. Okay, thunder level 2, that's good, that's good. Close. Wishing edge, level 2, okay. The race, I don't really care about the race, but let's see. Sliding dash the attack command, not sliding dash the ability. Wait, sliding dash the attack command. Oh, you mean like, oh yeah, like I could do fire dash. Yeah! You're not wrong about that. Well, shoot, I could get over there. You are absolutely right, Monica. I just had to stop and think about it for a second. Which, jeepers, I'm in trouble. Sorry. I was distracted.
Thunder!
Ooh, high jump level 4. Owie! Come on, just a little bit more. Okay, and alright, let's do Europe, and then, whoa, balls! What's up with the balls? Oh, here, I want to use my heat blast on somebody. Where are you? Dang it. I messed that up, but that's fine. Owie! You are not doing anything. Cartwheel. Woohoo! Wait, come back here. Thank you. Alright, not doing that. Alright, what is this gonna be? I have found these in the other 2 campaigns and I did not beat them. This is powerful negative energy. Yeah, let's see what it is. This is not gonna go well for me. I know it's not gonna go well for me. You know it's not gonna go well for me. Defeat as many ringers as you can in 2 minutes. Attack the original one to make the rest disappear. Attack the wrong one, you'll lose 5 seconds on the clock. Can I just... One up. Stop it. I wanna... There. Oh. Oh, wait, no, not that one. This one. Yeah. Where is he? Where do you go? Is he down? Okay, he's down there. Oh, well, darn it, I lost him. Okay. He's all the way up there. Okay. I'm coming, little pot. Just hold tight for me. Okay, I feel it's that one. It's this one. Thank you. And then, okay, let's just get back over here. Wait, I'm on my way. No, don't turn the, no, damn it. I don't, how am I supposed to... No, that wasn't it. Okay, that was it. I don't know how that was it, but that was in fact it. Good for me. Coming over here and... Okay. I see you, Pot. I see you, and, yeah, that's it. No, come here, you little... Not those... No, come here, you little... Thank you. What? Oh, he's up there. Come on, faster. Okay. I see you, and I continue to... Oh, my word. I think it's you? Oh, and it was. Oh, my word. Okay. Oh, shoot. All of them. Shoot. Was that good? Oh, it wasn't bad. Wait. So I lost hope in Disney when I was shown an AV of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and when I was 12, it was traumatic, and ever since I just hate those guys making with the size of mine. Still close your eyes around with your eyes closed. That part sucks. It really does. Having the whatever. Yeah, I can understand that. I don't hate Disney. Because, I mean, I remember good Disney. Disney is like a lot of corporations, which are, there are good eras and there are bad eras. So currently we're in a very bad era for Disney. The bad era can basically because they are still making a lot of money, and because of that they feel like they don't have to be careful about what they're making or what decisions that they're doing. And that is why they are not being careful and protective with Star Wars, Marvel, and a lot of the other properties that they own. Oh, I totally missed that chest.
Heal! Thunder!
Oh, dang it. I would have thought that, you know, the fact that I used that thunder attack on you. Oh, darn it. I was locked in. Well, the combo, I couldn't lock.
Come on!
Okay. All the thunders are leveled up, right? Yes, there you go. So let's do freeze ray. Let's do poison edge. Sure. Don't think Disney is gonna come out of this bad era. Everything was much better a decade ago. You know what? Surprisingly enough, wait. You said Ovid. The thing about it, Ovid, is actually things were just as bad a decade ago. The difference was, like a lot of corporations, the mistakes that Disney makes don't immediately have the repercussions that we would hope that they would, with enough time to correct those mistakes. So the biggest mistake that Disney has made in the last several years is the fact that they have been just going on a shopping spree, buying all these different properties, buying all these different brands, and because of that, they've I don't want to say they've run out of money, but well, actually, no, I do want to say that they've run out of money. Disney used to have a lot of money in the bank where they could afford a couple of bad movies or maybe a bad year at the parks or something like that, because they're like, yeah, we've got some money, so that's okay. But then Bob Iger, the then CEO of Disney, and now the, once again, current CEO of Disney, he is really good at spending money. So he went out and he bought Pixar, he bought Marvel, he bought Star Wars. He heavily invested in marketing and distribution in China, which gave them a lot of money immediately. The problem is that and I think most people would agree with this, Marvel is not in the good state that it was 10 years ago. Star Wars is not in a good state right now. And not to go into like the geopolitical ramifications of like national relationships with China, but there is a very real possibility that any day now, the Chinese government could just go to the Disney Corporation and go, hey, you know that park, those 2 parks that you built in China? Those are ours now. We're just taking them over. And what are you going to do about it? And there's nothing that we can do about it. Because the Chinese government does that type of thing. They've done that type of thing with a lot of other corporations. Now, Disney is such a large corporation that it would be much bigger headline news all over the world if they did that, and nobody would trust China to trust to put a business in China if they did that. But if China ever gets to the point where they're like, you know what, national relationships are so bad that it doesn't even matter more, we're just taking this all over. That's going to happen someday. However, like I was saying, Bob Iger spent all that money to buy all those properties, and he got immediate revenue streams coming in, influx of revenue streams. But let's take a look at where Pixar is right now. When they bought Pixar, what movies were Pixar making? Toy Story 3, billion-dollar movie. They were making Up. They were making Inside Out. They were making Finding Nemo and everything like that. They were making instant classics. What's the next Pixar movie that's coming out right now? Do you even know? It's that Elemental movie. The one that's kind of like a Zootopia, except the elements from Avatar, The Last Airbender. And apparently a lot of people who've seen it said, like, it's not very good. It's not very good. And most of the recent Pixar movies have been straight to Disney+. Soul, and several others. I admit, I haven't even seen any of the recent Pixar films. I don't care anymore because I know the quality isn't what it used to be. So Pixar, there's a very real possibility that Pixar is just going to get folded into Disney Animation, and they'll just make one animation house, and they're just going to lay off a bunch of people at Pixar and shut down that studio. Very real possibility, because they're just not the powerhouse that they used to be. Same thing goes for Marvel. When Disney bought Marvel, Marvel was putting out Iron Man, Captain America, The Avengers, a billion-dollar movie, and they continue to make good movies that were making like $1 billion each. However, now, oversaturation is the biggest problem. You have, after Endgame, Marvel doesn't know what to do. The Endgame was their endgame. That was their end plan. They're like, all right, we have to come up with something else. But Papa Iger and the rest of the Disney CEOs and corporation were like, hey, we bought you to make us money. Start making money. Start making content. They're like, but we're not ready to make content. No, we didn't ask if you were ready. We told you to start making content. Start making stuff. So they made Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Loki Season 1, and all the other garbage that's been on Disney+, and some of their movies as well, which have also been hot garbage. So Marvel is a desaturated, wounded brand that a lot of people don't care about anymore. Like, I've given up on Marvel. I hear Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is good, but I don't have enough faith in Marvel to actually go to the theater to go out and see it. I feel the same way about the Flash movie, which is coming out. It looks good, but I don't think I care anymore because the brand is so damaged that I can't get excited. And Star Wars, I'm gonna save you all my rant about Star Wars. Everybody who watches this channel know, you get me going on Star Wars, I am here for an hour talking about the sorry, terrible state that Star Wars is in, because it is in a terrible, sorry state. At least, we get better and more. Making money kills the love of the art in the franchise. Instant classic, except Cars. No. New Ant-Man was trash. I didn't even see it. Like I was saying before, I have no faith in Marvel. So when it came to the point where I could go see the new Ant-Man, I was just like, I don't care. And I also know that it would just be on Disney Plus in like a month or two. And honestly, it is. And I still haven't watched it. I still haven't watched the new Ant-Man, even though I do still have Disney Plus. I have it for my nephews. I could just watch it right now if I want to. I don't care. I can't even begin to care. Ow. And that is not because I changed, but because Marvel changed. And like I said, the standards of Marvel have just dropped so exponentially low that it's a trash brand now, as far as I'm concerned. And once more, like, what do we have to look forward to that's coming out? The Marvels? You're asking me to care about the Marvels? I have bad news for you. No, I'm not gonna care about the Marvels, not at all. Old canon is superior. Well, Vanka, I've said it before. One of the biggest problems with current day Star Wars. Okay, now you see, I said I wasn't going to go on my Star Wars rant. Here we go. So one of the biggest problems with modern day Star Wars is the fact that so Disney is infamous for having an army of lawyers, and these lawyers will mess you up if you go up against a Disney company. They are brutal and ruthless. And when Disney bought Star Wars, they of course bought all the extended universe, all the old canon, all the old books, and they bought, Knights of the Old Republic, that era, the Old Republic era. But when Disney was like, hey, let's make movies or books or comics that take place in these different eras, well, their lawyers went to us and like, okay, we can make a book, or you can make a book that takes place in the Old Republic era, but keep in mind, this author over here, he's the guy who wrote the Old Republic, and he's the one who invented the Old Republic. So if you make this book that takes place in the Old Republic, you have to pay him royalties. Oh, and if you want to use this character that the fans really, really, really like, say like Mara Jade, you're gonna have to pay Timothy Zahn, the author who created Mara Jade, royalties to use that character. So Disney was like, so you're telling me if we make stuff based upon the things that people really, really like, we have to pay other people money? And of course the lawyers were like, yeah, that's how royalties work. And Disney CEOs were like, yeah, but that's not how we at Disney work. So we're just not gonna make stuff based upon the things people like. We're just gonna reinvent the things that people like, that we own exclusively, and that way we don't have to pay anybody. That's why Disney doesn't make books that take place in the Old Republic. They came out with a brand new initiative called the High Republic, and it doesn't take place 1,000 years ago, it takes place 500 years ago. And they have their equivalent for all these different things that people were asking them to make, but then they just made something that looks an awful lot like it, but something that they own. And they're not doing a good job, because they're just, it's like going to a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree, and they have those cheap action figures or toys in their toy aisle, which you can tell are just cheap knockoffs of whatever is really popular at the time. I mean, Disney Star Wars is the GoBots to the Transformers franchise. When you go to a store and your kid asks, like, I want Optimus Prime, I want a Transformer, though you buy a GoBot instead. Hopefully some of you remember or know what a GoBot is. It was a thing in the 80s. Let's see here. It's on the same level as DC now. Endgame wasn't that good either. I felt like it was a stew of characters. New Transformers coming. You're right. I didn't like Endgame either. I have a big problem with any movie that has a lot of time travel in it, because I think time travel is a very, very difficult thing to do correctly in movies or in literature in general. So very rarely can somebody do something with time travel, and I feel like that's satisfying. That works. Endgame did not do time travel well, because basically, oh, that's what confetti was. Because basically, what they say in Endgame is there's only like one timeline. So if we grab the Infinity Stones, we're gonna have to use them and then put them back exactly where we found them, because you can't mess up the timeline, because your past is your future and your future is your present, and so you can't change the past. But then what do? They change the past. Like, they take old Gamora from the past and she stays. They take old original Thanos or younger Thanos to the future and kill him, and then for some reason Captain America still has to go back into the past and put the Infinity Stones back. But like, why? You've already completely messed up the timeline. You're not even in the original timeline anymore, so you can just keep those Infinity Stones if you want, because those belonged in another timeline. I mean, when you go back into the past, you're going to go into another past, another timeline's past, or your timeline's past, but you're not in the same timeline anymore. The whole thing falls apart. I think Endgame completely falls apart in the third act. But the difference is, nobody went to see Endgame for a good movie. They went to see all their favorite action figures just hitting each other in the third act. I mean, admittedly, like, yeah, the timeline and the time travel aspect of Endgame is really, really stupid. You know what's not really stupid? Seeing Captain America pick up Thor's hammer and beat the living crap out of Thanos. It was absolutely wonderful to see that. It was great. Yeah, that's what makes up for that. It has really good highs, it has really stupid lows, but thankfully for Endgame, the highs outweigh the lows. Even though I still question who was opening up all those portals when all the people were coming through. Because each one of those portals, when like the Wakandans come out and the Ravagers come out and everybody starts coming out of portals, the first person that should be walking through those portals is one of the Doctor Strange sorcerers, because they're the ones who are making the sling ring portal. But it isn't. It's just the portal opens and here comes Black Panther out first. And I'm like, did you open that portal? You didn't open that portal. Where's the guy who opened up the portal? No, all the sorcerers came out their own portal all the way over there on stage left. But who's opening up all those other portals? That's not how the portals work. I saw your Doctor Strange movie. That's not how the portals work. You can't just send a drone or open up a portal somewhere else. Somebody has to use the sling ring to open it. Oh, that's right. I'm here just to see a bunch of action figures hit each other. I'm not supposed to think about that type of stuff so hard. Okay, I get it. I see. Somebody at Disney was definitely high. Like stupid casuals giving season 8 of 9s or 10s. I think that has more to do with just... So here's the thing that you always have to remember, that when you are watching a TV show, or in Marvel's case, like 10 years worth of movies, you're invested. You have put a lot of time, money, energy, and your life into this thing. How devastating would it be for you to come to the end of something only to realize this sucks? This is really, really stupid, and I've wasted my time with this. I shouldn't have spent so much time and energy into this, because what this is not very good. Crap. That is devastating for people. So a lot of people will just go, oh yeah, Game of Thrones season 8, it's great, it's genius, 9 out of 10 stars, absolutely, crowning achievement in the world of television. Because what's their alternative? I spent 7-8 years with this TV series. I named my kids after Daenerys Targaryen, and either I can say this is a great crowning achievement in the world of television, or I have to admit that I named my child after a crazy person who barbecued children in the streets in season 8. I can understand why certain people, just as a defensive mechanism, put up some mental barriers to say, no, it's great, no, I didn't make a mistake, no, I didn't waste my time, you're crazy, it's brilliant, it's wonderful, absolutely, everything is fine, But that's the problem, everything isn't fine. It's like the people who were running Bud Light a month ago, when the whole Bud Light controversy just started. And depending, it doesn't matter what you think about the Bud Light controversy, whatever your opinions are, Bud Light has lost a lot of money because of it. So, and at the first week or two, there were people at that company who were like, it'll be fine, don't worry about it, this will all just blow over, don't worry too much about it. And of course, it hasn't blown over, it's just gotten worse and worse. And when there's still those people at the office who are like, It's fine. It's fine. Let's just keep pushing forward. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. This is all gonna blow over, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And again, there are some people there who are just like, for the first couple of weeks, if not the first couple months, we're just like, no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's just we just have to hold out. We just have to hold out because again, it's a defensive mechanism. People don't want to admit how bad things are getting. I mean, you can argue the same thing with, like, the debt, the national debt in different countries, or, like, are we actually heading for World War III and things like that? There's a lot of deniability from people who just don't want to admit things are getting really, really bad. It's a tale as old as time, unfortunately. And yay, it worked! You're a smart man, Bianca. Or possibly late, I don't know.
Heal! Thunder!
Yeah! No, darn it, you did the thing. Get away from me. Get away from me. Thank you. Chaos Crystal. Okay, fine, whatever. And then Mega Push. Really? I did all that for a Mega Push and then the Chaos Crystal. Is that the only thing that's here? Wait, there was something on there. Oh, that was a quick drop. I like stupid characters giving. Haven't introduced Wakanda Mystics yet. Nope, they haven't, and they never will. Honestly, let's face it. I think the Black Panther franchise is over. I think a lot of Marvel franchises are over. They're gonna try and keep those things going, but half of Marvel's properties are dead, as far as I'm concerned. New Black Panther was stupid, and it could have been cool. That's the worst part about it. That's the worst part about, like, Ant-Man and Black Panther and all the rest. Like, they're not bad properties. They're just not making good movies. And I want, like, a good Black Panther movie. That wasn't good. I just didn't get it. And this goes back to one of the reasons why Disney is ruining these franchises. So if you're a comic book fan and you hear that Namor is going to be in the new Black Panther movie, he's going to be the villain, you're like, oh good, Disney and Marvel, they're finally going to introduce Atlantis. I can't wait. This is gonna be so cool. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be totally awesome. It's boss. And then you see Black Panther, and they don't even pronounce Namor's name correctly. They call him Namor, not Namor. It's like his name is Namor. It's been Namor since like the 1930s when the character was created. And he's not from Atlantis. He's from some South American Aztecian tribe thing? And you're like, what is this about? Well, what that's about is this is you can't expect the common moviegoer or even Marvel fan to know this, but one of the reasons why they haven't made they hadn't made a Fantastic Four or a Namor movie or a Fantastic Four movie or an X-Men movie for the longest time is because in the early 2000s, Marvel was going bankrupt and they needed cash. So what they did is they sold a lot of the movie rights to their most popular characters to different movie studios. That's why Spider-Man is owned by Sony. And Fantastic Four and the X-Men were sold off to 20th Century Fox, but Namor, I believe Namor was sold off to Universal. And Universal still owns the distribution rights to Namor. Marvel doesn't. So Marvel was like, well, how can we make a Namor movie or have him in our movie series if we don't own the rights? Well, how copyright works is you can't just copy something outright. and you say it's the original character or whatever. But what you can do is change something just enough, say like 20-30%. You can say like, oh yeah, this is Peter Pan, but this isn't Disney's Peter Pan. This is a very different version of Peter Pan. So you can legally get away with having the same character if it's just different enough. It's not unlike, so Wizard of Oz is in the public domain. I could make a Wizard of Oz movie, I could make a Wizard of Oz comic book right now if I wanted to. What I can't do is use the ruby slippers from the MGM movie. Because the ruby slippers, the red slippers, are from the Wizard of Oz movie, not the book. So I couldn't put that in my adaptation or my whatever of the Wizard of Oz. So that was basically what Disney did with Black Panther 2. They're like, we're gonna make Namor, but we can't have him from Atlantis. We can't have this. We can't even say his name correctly because all of that is owned by Universal. So let's just have the dollar store, Dollar General, cheap knockoff equivalent of Namor in our movie, and we'll just use that. So what did we get? A really crappy Namor that the comic book fans who have been wanting this for a long, long time wholeheartedly reject. Which is your core fan base. They are the ones that you are trying to get into this in the first place. What in the world is happening? Do I jump? I jump! Okay, now I'm up here. What in the world? I'm ping-ponging. What am I? No, golly, what's happening? Okay, I'm up here now. What is this?